So in this dark time, it can get pretty sad pretty quickly, everyone. It's easy to get depressed when all this is going on outside, and I hope you guys enjoy watching the channel for a little while each day and just maybe slightly forgetting about what's going on, except when I start talking about it like this. But I wanted to help you guys maybe get involved a little bit more, so I thought it'd be fun not only to let me know what other fan casts you'd like to see in the comments, but also to let me know, you know, pick famous characters from throughout film history and just like to say who you think could play them modern day, and maybe I'll feature some of them next time as fun little extras. I don't know. Yeah, if you want to see, you know, Ryan Gosling play the lead character from Casablanca, or Melissa McCarthy played James Bond. Please don't cast Melissa McCarthy to play James Bond. But you get what I mean. Just anything, you know. Just a bit of added fun during all of this shenanigans going on. On with the video. So the Big Metal Boy, the Iron Giant, whatever, it's a 1999 Warner Brothers animated film, and if you're intrigued by that idea, you should be, because outside of like Scooby-Doo, Looney Tunes, and Lego movies, it's one of about 3 original ideas that Warner Brothers Animation's ever come up with, okay? They've had maybe like 1.5 hit films. This was not one of them. It bombed big boy time, but it's got such a huge following and is so well beloved nowadays that if it got remade live action, people would go see it, okay? But if you were going to do that, you would need the correct cast. So let's talk about what we've got. The Iron Giant is just an innocent alien who resembles a giant robot. He's an absolutely delightful character who goes down in the history of cinema as just the best, man, okay? Don't make me cry. He's just great, okay? He's fantastic. And it's one of the best animated sacrifices ever. Most animated films don't have many sacrifices. I mean, Japanese, maybe. Those guys are crazy. Now, it would be cool to have somebody who can voice these alien kind of quite quiet, you know, or monosyllabic answer characters, you know? Somebody who could maybe play Groot. Oh, somebody like Vin Diesel could play the Iron Giant. He already did! That's right. In one of his very first roles, Vin Diesel was the Iron Giant in the original film, and frankly, it's hard to see anybody else doing it, especially since he's still doing roles like Groot that are pretty similar in a lot of ways, you know? Even down to the sacrifice at the end of the first film. However, for the sake of argument, to play devil's advocate, if you wanted to cast somebody else as the Iron Giant, just for a bit of difference, I would say Dave Bautista. Yeah. Also a Guardian of the Galaxy. Yeah. Just because he's also, you know, just as like, take Drax, for example, he's got the kind of comedy that I think would transfer well in a motion capture kind of setting, as in a role like the Iron Giant, you know? I would never say that anyone would do it better than Vin Diesel, but Dave Bautista would also be a really good option, I think. Next, Hogarth is a weird name, right? Gosh, he's the 9-year-old that befriends the Iron Giant, so he could be described as Elliot from E.T., Mike from Stranger Things, except I don't think he wants to have sex with the Giant. Hopefully? Anyway, it's easy to cast somebody like, I don't know, Jacob Tremblay in this kind of role, which is why I won't, because there's another kid on the street nowadays who we can cast in a different kind of role. Because Hogarth is a more bratty, you know, defiant child, okay, than a lot of Jacob Tremblay's roles. However, Roman Griffin Davis, Griffin Davis? Yeah, Griffin Davis, could be Hogarth because he played Jojo in Jojo Rabbit. That was his first ever role, but damn was it good. He was great in that. And it's a similar kind of child role, you know? And yeah, no, it worked well. And he's definitely young enough still to play it. That just came out. Next, his mother, Annie Hughes, is also an important character, mostly for the kind of shrieking Hogarth every couple of minutes. It's like the mum from Home Alone just kidding! But she's still important, okay? And after recently rewatching The Finest Hours, I think Holiday Granger could be a great choice because she's in that and she just kind of nails this. What's a non-sexist way to describe it? She nails the woman watching from the sidelines kind of role. You know, Chris Pine's out there trying to save all these people on the lifeboat. She's just kind of there on land, but her scenes are still interesting, you know? So Hogarth's mum, not exactly in the thick of the action for a lot of the film, but she could still make those scenes interesting. Also, The Finest Hours was in Massachusetts and Iron Giant took place in Maine, so definitely similar accent to what she's... I mean, I think that's close to what she's already got, and also has done in films. Next, bad guy time. Ooh, yeah. A couple of important villains for this alien meets kid kind of film, and yes, they all work for the government. Yeah, you guessed it. You guessed it. Good job. Good job. Who's shocked? Me? No. So, the first is hard to cast because he has both an unreasonable face and hair for any actor to actually have. Nobody looks like that. But he's a slightly subservient, kind of sneaky guy, that Kent Mansley. Kent Mansley? I forgot that was his name. Anyway, he's that kind of snidely character, and I think Paul Bettany is a very interesting choice. I would have initially thought, yeah, that's who I'll cast, but when you think about it more, Paul Bettany as a villain does that kind of that kind of thing he did in like the Solo film, you know? That's kind of it, but slightly more like and subservient, you know? But still got a lot of what that character had for sure. I can't even remember what he was called. Oh god, the Solo film. Yeah, it's fine. The other villain is the General Rogard, which is another slightly strange name. The film is full of them. But I digress. Rogard is... he's one of those villains that you want to see like a huge actor play them, you know? Because he's so just imposing as soon as he enters a room. You need somebody who's got that, built up over a long career of just being the most imposing man in the room. How about... yes, great, Robert De Niro, okay? Yes, he's great at pretty much everything. He's just that imposing nature, being that imposing in drama, in comedy, in anything, is what he's built the third act of an incredible career on. Just doing that. So, do it here. Simple. Simple for him, okay? Next. Finally, Dean McCoppin is a attractive, artistic junkman, essentially. Yeah. This film loves being unique. Names, jobs, everything. Yeah, he lives and works in a junkyard where Hogarth finds the Iron Giant and helps him, after a little convincing, to hide it and feed it while Hogarth is away. So, who should play this guy with a fairly cynical nature but good heart? I mean, it's a bit tough. There are a lot of ways you could look at that character, a lot of different ways you could want it to go. I considered a variety of actors. I think I've landed on Casey Affleck, who's definitely got the northeastern accent down. He's from Boston, right? There's something about Casey Affleck. He's does a lot of roles where he's very quiet, but when he gets talking in those roles or in other roles, he gets quite fast talking and quite quickly. So I think that's an interesting way to play Dean in a reboot. Is kind of doesn't, you know, he's a loner. He's a loner. He lives in a junkyard alone. He doesn't want this kid here. He doesn't want the Iron Giant there, and he won't talk much. But then once they kind of keep bugging him, he'll kind of be like, right. And that's kind of what I imagine Casey Affleck being great at. Okay. Plus, it's Casey Affleck. He's just great. Okay. Also, I thought Dean was younger. I checked. He's 40 in the film. And Casey Affleck's like 44, so perfect, nailed it. Anyway, that's all we've got for this fan cast, but start letting me know your own personal fan castings of random characters in the comments below, and I will feature some of my favourite ones next week, okay? Don't know what the next fan cast is, no. It'll be something.